Mike Reyes with CinemaBlend, talking with Ryan Reynolds.
There we go.
Baby.
Well, hello, Mike Reyes. How are you?
I love that intro.
Everyone's getting it
whole
today.
day.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
First of all, I don't know if anybody ever serenaded my name in the beginning of an interview, so you just broke a record. That's a first.
I only ever want to hear my name presented in that way from now on. I'm sure Mariah won't mind. I'm sure Mariah would support that my name will always be sung to her tune.
I heard it was your idea to do the Deadpool versus Korg ad that we had for to promote Free Guy.
Well, it was me and my company. Yeah, my Maximum Effort Marketing. My company. We wrote. Myself and George Dewey wrote the piece. Yeah.
Say hello, Korg.
Hello, I'm made of rocks. Thank you for having me, Paul. Sorry you're dead.
Jesus Christ.
Was there any sort of attempt to maybe cross over Deadpool into the film? Or was that just, I just want to promote the film with him, I don't want him anywhere in there?
No, I mean, I think for me, the thing that I love most about Free Guy is that we're doing something that I think is very increasingly rare and very hard to do in this current marketplace, which is open a big blockbuster movie that's based on nothing but an original idea. I mean, it really isn't a IP, it's not a sequel, it's not based on a comic book, it's not based on anything. It's based on a concept and an idea that people are familiar with, which is the video game world. But so I love that we had that opportunity. So no, I never really felt like I needed to put Deadpool. It wouldn't fit really in there. You know, we do have some massive surprises in the movie that are courtesy of getting to work at Disney. But yeah, no, Deadpool I never thought of putting Deadpool in there. No.
Yeah, you know, so we never considered a Deadpool cameo in Free Guy. But about 2 months ago, Ryan reached out to me and he says, I have this idea. What if Deadpool and Korg watched and mocked the Free Guy trailer? And I said, well, that's another brilliant Ryan Reynolds marketing idea. Disney will never let you use Deadpool and Korg to promote a non-Marvel movie. And that day he got a yes. So I think it speaks to A, how badly Disney and Marvel would love Deadpool 3. I think they like to say yes to Ryan Reynolds. And B, it also shows that they know and they love what Free Guy can be. And the truth is, releasing an original movie in movie theaters, a big budget, summer fun tentpole that isn't a sequel, isn't based on anything. That's rare, it's hard, and Disney wants to give it every chance of finding its audience. And so they've been incredibly supportive.
Okay, this looks fun in a last days of Fox fire sale kind of way.
I got like 5% of that.
I'm absolutely delighted to finally get to talk about Free Guy with other people because it's been hard to contain this movie after watching it.
Oh, thank you so much. I know, well, for us too. I mean, this is like, we've shot it in 2019 and it was supposed to come out, it's been a year that we've been waiting for it to be released. So we're very much in the same boat as you.
Now, Guy has Mariah Carey's Fantasy stuck in his head through the whole movie. And it's this beautiful sort of callback to, when he first hears the song Meeting Your Character. What song would be stuck in your head if you were a Free City NPC?
I mean, I feel like Mariah Carey Fantasy is a pretty damn good one, to be honest. It's kind of iconic. And I know that idea came from Ryan. So he has to and will take full credit for that. I said this before, but like I'm a massive Bruce Springsteen fan. So I feel like if it was something to like get me going and get me pumped, it would be something of Bruce Springsteen. But we listened to a lot of Beyonce on set. Beyonce was what we played when I had to be Molotov and do my cool girl walk away from camera in slow motion because I was cringing so hard. and Shawn was getting me to channel my inner Beyonce. So maybe Beyonce.
Maybe like just the whole album, 50 Cent's album, Get Rich or Die Trying. Probably that. Yeah, just on repeat the entire album.
Now, see, that's better because it's not just an earworm. It's like a whole work that sort of, you could really set yourself to that.
We want to just have it on repeat. That would suit Free City. Now, if you're doing Life Itself, the game that he originally designs, you want Enya. You want some Enya, Sail Away. That's what you choose.
That's a great question. You know, I'm trying to think what would be good for Buddy. I feel like Buddy would be a fan of the Rocky IV soundtrack. And there's a song called "There's No Easy Way Out."
Yes!
It plays in the movie when Apollo dies and Rocky decides to take a drive and reminisce. And, you know, Adrian just was negative, talking about he ain't gonna win. So he just jumps in the car and just speed. There's no easy way out. That'll be Buddy's song. Yeah, that's random, but it's just like Buddy just had that plan.
Guy is just this beautifully optimistic and naive character that I think he'd be like the nicest character on the Reynolds spectrum now. And
Maybe, yeah.
What was your favorite part about playing the great Guy versus someone like a Deadpool or a Michael Bryce?
Well, you know, I think you can have just as much mischief and fun with a character that is naive and innocent as you can with a character that's deeply subversive. You know, I mean, both characters kind of get away with a lot because of this artifice around them. So I love that about Guy. Guy can kind of say and do things that, you know, no one would be able to do or say because he's essentially 4 years old. I mean, he's artificial intelligence. He's basically a bank teller who has learned through, well, from one way or another that he is a background character in an open world video game. Like, what a great concept to play with. What a great way to play with different themes and ideas. So I was pretty excited once we kind of locked into some of that stuff at the early process of getting the movie made.
Is this what recreational drugs feel like?
One of the really cool things about the movie is you get to play this duality of a character. You get to play Millie and Molotov Girl as sort of like this bridge between worlds. And there's like a total differentiation between her personas, her accents. Was there any day that you had to play both roles?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say no. I don't remember having to do that. I think they were pretty strategic in you know, how they plan that purely for a time sense of having to put the wig on, having to take the wig off. So I think they were kind enough to give me a little, you know, night's sleep in between changing.
Come on, this is supposed to be her vacation from Killing Eve. We're supposed to go easy on her.
Yeah.
Well,
never.
easy.
We don't want easy. We don't want easy.
You're another one of these characters as Keys that you get to play this sort of duality. You're sort of this programmer by day, stereotypical cop by night. And I'm just really curious if there were any fictional police characters or detectives that you drew from to be the Free City version of yourself.
Well, you know, I think the Free City version of Keys is actually out of all the you know, alter egos in the game, I think it's actually closest to Keys because he is in fact the police officer and he's policing the game. So there is a lot of him in that, but he just happens to be in a dirty stripper cop outfit.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't see that in Fortnite. Although, if this movie hits off, you never know. Yeah,
maybe now.
Listen up, Neutrogena. You know you can't go around looking like that. The rules are clear. You can't hack the NPC avatars.
No, sir.
It screws up the mission load, and it makes the game look bad.
Horrible!
Yeah.
I love how Free Guy is, on top of being one of your most humanist blockbusters, has this beautiful friendship between Guy and Buddy that sort of becomes like this surprise tie to the story.
Yeah, and that was always baked into the idea, into the script, is this pair of innocence in a cynical world. And how does optimism survive in the face of a reality that's bleak and sometimes depressing? And I think these are themes and ideas and issues that we wrestle with in our real world. The movie might have a video game premise, but the themes that we were interested in are very real world applicable.
Buddy, we're not real.
I am sitting here with my best friend trying to help him get through a tough time. Now, if that's not real, I don't know what is.
There's that moment where you just pour everything into the crux of that friendship. And even Ryan Reynolds said it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you know what's interesting too, because we had to redo that scene. And the second time was what's in the film, but dang, I remember having to take a walk after that, you know, after we shot that. But what made that work for real was, I think we did a great job of creating this friendship between Guy and Buddy and selling it. And even for ourselves playing those characters, it was something interesting about me and Ryan had to stay naive the whole time, like little children, our characters. Like they didn't know any of this stuff they was learning, right, later on. And I think that's what made it work, where you really felt connected to both of them because it felt innocent, you know? So if they did deliver a heart moment, you was like, ooh, okay. And it's so funny because you film things, but when you rewatch it, I remember like when Sean, showed me the movie, I was sitting there like, oh, God, I know I said it, but I just felt it.
You've also worked with Shawn Levy through the world of Stranger Things. Yep. And that's it's really cool to see that sort of shorthand when you jump into something like pretty much uncharted, like Free Guy. What about your previous relationship do you think was most valuable when jumping into the film?
Yeah, like you said, I think the shorthand on set and the comfortability I have with Shawn I just trust him, as a director. And that's, I think, the most important thing you can really have on set is just faith that they're going to create, the vision that's in their head. And so that was amazing, especially when you're showing up on set and working with people who you've looked up to for your whole life. And like, seeing Ryan Reynolds and working with him and Taika and Jodie. I mean, just the kind of list goes on really in this project. So it was nice having, all these amazing people that you're working with, and then also know that, this guy that I've worked with, he has my back.
I don't care if he's Arnold freaking Schwarzenegger. Terminate him.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for your time today. And even though we're all about original IP today, I'm still hoping for Free Guy 2 Albuquerque Boiled Turkey.
Me too.
Yeah, you know the secret name. You know this. Okay, yeah.
Well, it will be called Albuquerque Boiled Turkey. You're absolutely right. Literally, I love that Taika Waititi's character makes fun of franchise culture in the middle of a movie that is trying to flout franchise culture, right? We're trying to be that rare thing, which is a new original film. Here's the thing. I don't ever count chickens before they hatch. I didn't with Stranger Things. I didn't with Night at the Museum. I've never done that. I try to make one thing well. And if we get rewarded with enough popularity that we could tell another story and extend the adventure, Free Guy definitely is rich with ideas that would make that possible.
I'm not going to be the good guy. I'm going to be the great guy.
Okay. Well, enjoy your lifetime supply of virginity. Off you go. So easy.